I would like now to please call on Dr. Afnan Al Shuaiby, Executive Director of the Women's Development Organization, please on stage.
Your Excellencies, I wanted to be a team player. I guess one of the main things that they tell you as an intern is to be a team player. So I took off what I was wearing, I was very formal, and I decided to be one of the team. It actually feels good. It's more comfortable than the suits that we're wearing. I just want to start by saying I was very honored when they approached me yesterday and they asked me to speak at this amazing event. Why I say is amazing is because it's about the interns. It's about the amazing volunteers who made this week and these past couple of days very fruitful, very interesting, very knowledgeable. I learned so much. But I also have to say, it took me back into memory lane. I started as an intern. I am where I am today because I started an internship that at the beginning, I just took it because I wanted to get extra credit for school. That was my main objective. I didn't like it at the beginning because it was too much work, and I thought some of the work was a little bit downgrading for me. I answered phones, I made photocopies, I was in the archive room, and I thought, why am I doing this? I'm a grad student. I deserve much better. And I'll just say the story. Many of you who have heard me before maybe have heard it, so excuse me for repeating it. I was an operator on the phone. They would rotate and they make us answer the phones. And I remember answering the phone one day, and the person on the line knew me, and he said, "Is this Afnan?" To me, I was a little bit embarrassed because I thought as an intern, I shouldn't be doing such things. I should really be focusing on my work, on what I learned, and transferring this knowledge. What I didn't know, that doing all this gave me more experience. I learned by answering the phone that I can communicate with people who had different mindsets, who had different ways of communicating. So when you answer the phone, you usually get people who are happy, people who are upset, people who want to talk fast, people who want to chat. So this gives you some kind of knowledge on how to really connect with people. And part of what you're doing is all about how you connect with people. Connecting with people is the number one objective as an intern for you to learn, because if you don't have the characteristic of being a good connector, networking, and knowing how to speak with the person in front of you, it's going to make your job a little bit more complicated and a little bit more challenging. So I just want to say something that's very dear to my heart. I was an intern for about 3 years. I didn't know that being an intern would lead me to where I am today. At the beginning, I didn't take it very seriously. As I mentioned previously, I just wanted to get more credit. It was just partly from my school. But internships open opportunities for you, open doors. I'm sure many of you who have been with this organization have learned so much and have seen doors that are opening up for them. So take them seriously. Take your job, even if you're an intern, very seriously, because you don't know what's behind that door that you don't take seriously. Number 2, very important, always listen. I'm not going to repeat what Dr. Salim mentioned earlier. I think he made some very valuable points, and this is why I wanted to not repeat what he said. But a very important factor that he mentioned is always believe and always get your parents' blessings. Mother and father and their blessings just before you go out. Allah يفتحها في وجهك. Allah يكتب لك الخير. Allah معاك. This can make a big difference in your life. And honestly speaking, what has keeping me going is the blessing of my parents. And I say this, and I'm much, much older. I'm more So, very important element, hard work, dedication, always keep on top of your studies, but always take things very seriously. Don't take anything for granted. I was an intern. I ended up being advisor to the president when I was in Washington. From that, I was nominated by my country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to be the first female Secretary General and Chief Executive of the Arab-British Chamber of Commerce. For 1, 2, 3 terms, I was there for 12 years until I finished my 3rd term and I went back to my country. And then again, I was blessed and I was nominated this year. Just last month, I was appointed as the Executive Director for the Women Development Organization. So the internship that I didn't take seriously at the beginning, and I thought it was just credit for my school, took me to where I am today. Again, hard work and dedication. Because I believed in the power of internships, when I arrived in London, the first program that I did was opening the internship program. The internship program was something that I was so proud of, and I have to say, we received and welcomed students from all over the world, Arab students, European students, as well as British students. But I have to say, by far, the Arab students did an amazing job. Why did they do an amazing job? Because not many people at that time believed in them, including some people in the organization I worked at. They're just students, let's give them any job. I dealt with them as any employee in the organization. I personally took them seriously, just like any other employee. And because I took them seriously, they took me and they took the organization very seriously. I also headed the program at that time that was between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the United Kingdom, which was called the YPP, Young Professionals Program. It also focused on that. We didn't do much with that program, but it was an amazing experience that I learned so much from. The last thing I did, and I wish maybe we can do something with ICESCO at that time, because I was in the field of business. I headed the Chamber of Commerce. I established the Young Arab Chamber of Commerce. So غرفة التجارة العربية للشباب. That was an amazing initiative that we worked on for almost 2 years. Unfortunately, it was towards the end of my term. Not so sure what happened. But what I want to say is I'm a true believer that you guys are young, you have fresh minds, you have a different vision to life because everything you're doing is completely new. You have amazing opportunities in front of you. I think you're very lucky that you took your training here and your internship was here at ICESCO. I think what I've been seeing for the past 3 days is an amazing experience, not just for young people like yourselves who are starting their careers, but also for us to learn from you because you bring new ideas. And this is where I hope, with the permission from Dr. Salem, if you would like to connect with me, I'd love to hear about your ideas on how we can develop women, how we can develop girls, and make them a really important source, not just for the society, but the development of their society in all means and all sectors. I don't want to keep going. This is a very, very passionate subject to my heart. I hope I didn't just keep on talking, so please forgive me, and good luck on what you're doing. Thank you very much.